So prep work, what I have done is I'm being optimistic here, and I've prepped 4 card bases. So these card bases are 11 by 5.5, so we'll see how far we get. I have taken out the Bloom de Fleur from iCraft. So if you bought one of these, then you might be able to replicate. And the only other thing I did was I stamped some of the new iCraft stamps out just to see how they look, so we may use those. Okay, what do I need? I need my bone folder. So like I said, today was like a crazy rush. This has been scored. I'm folding towards the bubble. I literally got my project into Belinda, like they said, by the hair of my chinny chin chin, if you ever watch the 3 Little Pigs. And I always worry that it's not good enough. I think she liked it. She's very busy, so this one looks a bit dirty. So I'm hoping that you guys will like it. I want your feedback tomorrow. So, right, like I said, I'm being optimistic. We're doing 4 cards in 1 hour. Do you think that's possible? I can't see any comments. Swipe left to reveal comments and reactions. Left. Oh, that's right. Oh, there we go. Assalamu alaikum, Jalila. How are you? Okay, so I'm just going to pull pages out of this book. And I know I had 2 favorites. That was one of it, and that was the other. So I am going to start with my dots, because what I remembered saying when I saw these dots was I wanted to tear those papers. So that's what I'm going to do. I just need my trimmer. 1 minute. Okay, I'm not used to having a mic attached to me, so there is a very long cord, so hopefully it will work tonight. I'm going to trim off that the perforation, and now I'm feeling sad because my card is 5.5 by 5.5, and I'm gonna lose that. Not happy, eh? Okay, I'm just gonna cut off on one side. So let's do, so I'm cutting 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. Is that 5 3/4? No, man. It's 5.5. It must be 5 1/4. See what happens when I wing it. There we go. We got that. So we got the base of something. I am going to, because this is a little bit of a distressed paper, oops, I'm going to distress the edge. And you might just give me a shout if I go out of shot, because I'm looking down and I might not see comments. So my admin, this is a distress tool from Prima. I think we bought it 1 year at some event that we went to. I think it was at the Finnabar event. But you can use your scissors. So for those who do not have a fancy schmancy distressing tool, you can use your scissors. And I must be honest, most of the time I go to the scissors first because it's always on my desk. What do you guys think of this color? Isn't it a beautiful blue? Now, if you know my kind of style, you know I like dots. I love distress. So there's a start. I am going to get my distress ink, and I'm looking for the black. Now the black has disappeared, so let's go with brown. Brown is a safe bet. I always use brown for everything. Looking for my distress tool, and I'm going to distress the edges. Black would have been better. But you know what? I didn't prep anything, so we'll roll with punches, right? So that's going to go there. And I am just going to check inside here to see if there's anything else I want to use. Okay, I see a clock in here, and I'm not going to make you watch me fussy cut, so I'm going to glue that down. And I'm using my very special extra forte glue from Stamperia. I love it. So let me see, it's a little bit blocked. I wish someone could tell me how to make sure it never blocks, because I'm not the only one that has this problem. Okay, so we got one page down. Am I doing it the right way? Yes. Famous for sticking upside down, eh? Upside down and skew. Okay, so we got that. And then I've got one of the new iCraft rubber stamps. And for that, I definitely want a blue. Do you think Stormy Sky? No. I am just rummaging for another color. Speckled egg might work. Or I may end up using brown. It's barely there. So that's tone on tone. If you can see that, it's actually quite nice. Now that needs to dry. So what I've got here is some of the iCraft stamps that I've stamped out, and I will show you. I mixed them up, so I have no clue if I'm giving you the right the right code or the right stamp set. I think these are birthday blooms, and I really I love that flower there, and I think it will fit on there. So I'm going to just roughly cut that one out, and I thought, why not show you how I color while this is drying. And I'm just going to use watercolor pencil crayons. Now I'm not a color pro. I don't really know how to color well, and I think many of us have that same problem. So I thought I would just show you how I color, and I'm going to use my I've got a set of Derwent watercolor pencils which I bought on Take-A-Lot, and I'm guessing you can find it at any craft store or any what you call this, art store, any art store. So let's look at the colors that we have in the page. We've got pinks and we've got blues. So I'm going to go with pinks because I do like pink, and the set of crayons I have a range of colors. So let me see, I think that's the other pink one. Those are two pinks. I always try to use 3 colors, but there doesn't seem to be another pink here. So just very quickly, because these are watercolor crayons, I'm just going to, let me just see if I'm in shot, sorry guys, I'm just going to add color. And so I'm taking my darker shade here now. And you know what, I'm not even worrying about where the sun is and all that stuff, because I've gone to classes where they try to teach me how to see shadow and light and things, but I think it's a little bit hard for me. So if you're struggling like I am, then this might be a quick way for you to color. So got that. Just need to get some water. What's happened to my spray bottle? There you go. And a brush. Brush. Here's a brush. So I'm just going to put some water on my desk, because this is not watercolor paper, so we can't be too lavish with the water. We need to be a little bit careful. Let me just see. I can hear myself up inside, Shafiq. That sound is very loud. Okay, so I'm wetting the brush and I'm taking most of the water off, and I am just blending. So this is watercolor pencil crayons, right? Now the reality of this kind of product is that the better the quality product you buy, the better the amount of the better the pigment in your product is. And that is why some of the cheaper pencils doesn't give you that same effect. Okay, and you don't have to be pedantic, well I don't, about coloring in every little piece of your flower, because it's not necessary. You know, if you look at flowers in reality, you get shades of all different shades, and see, now coloring and talking is not easy. Oh, Shamla's brain can only do one at a time. And so if you leave a little bit of white space, that's fine. You do not have to cover every little bit. And because these are watercolor pencils, when you add water, the color spreads. So, you know, I'm really not being fussy and being very particular about where I'm putting color. What's wrong?
People can't see you, must move up. You're working too far down.
I can see myself. Okay, can you see now? Is that better? Because my visual on this side, I can see. So sorry about that. So I'm getting a very irritated administrator coming to tell me that you guys can't see me. So sorry. Okay, done. That's it. Does that look okay? What do you think? Green. Two colors of green for the leaves. Now let me make sure I'm in shot now. So bring the camera down. What now?
I want to know what pencils are you using, what's the brand?
Oh, I'm using Derwent watercolor pencil crayons. I bought it on Take a Lot, so I put it on my wish list, and when they had it on special, I bought it. So there's lots of crafty things on my wish list on Take a Lot. Only buy when it's on special. I'm one of those bargain hunters. Okay, and I'm gonna do the brown. Do I have a brown in here? Yes. What color stalks? Brown, green? I don't know. Artistic license. We'll make it whatever color we want. Okay, and then you see I didn't even clean the brush, so and when I dip the brush into water, I take most of the water off, so because this is not watercolor paper, so just remember that. And my hands and my fingers were looking so terrible today because it was full of ink, full of Adonis's vintage paste. Oh my gosh, it was quite a hectic day today. I think every day is hectic in my life. And Stamperia arrived a couple of days ago. We unpacked it today. So if you've been looking for any of the new goodies, it's here. Sorry, Sonette, if you're watching. I have been neglecting you too. Okay, I'm done. And I'm just going to cut this out. So sorry for having to watch me cut now because I didn't have an original plan. So we are winging it tonight. And if you want to know about the scissors I'm using, this was one of the scissors that K-Craft used to import, and unfortunately it's no longer available. I know I went out of shot again, sorry. I'm just cutting now, so I'm in trouble tonight with the administrator because I'm not listening. So, what are you guys gonna do on a Wednesday night when I'm not here for the next couple of? I'm just cutting all that away. When I'm not gonna be live. Have you got other plans? Which is the better, Derwent or Faber-Castell? I've got Faber-Castell, but I think Derwent is artist quality, so I actually prefer the Derwent. I've got the Faber-Castell. I have a set of 12, which I let my grandchildren use. Yeah, I think I like the Derwent better. But if you go to any art shop, the people in the art shop, they're usually quite helpful. If you're in Cape Town, I always go to there's one, what is the name of the place now? They are in Rondebosch, in that mall in Rondebosch. I think, what's the name of that mall in Rondebosch now, where the Checkers is? If you just Google art shop in Rondebosch, that's what I normally do because I always forget the name of the shop, and then I Google art shop in Rondebosch and it comes up. So, but they've got really nice things there. I like to browse in an art shop because what I tend to do, you know, before we had access to all these products from Prima and Stamperia and stuff, what I used to do was, when I used to see something online and we couldn't get it here, I would go to the art shop, and I would be one of those people that said, you know, I'm looking for something, it looks like this, it does that, and do you have anything like this in your range? And 9 times out of 10 there would be something in the artist quality range. Sometimes it's cheaper, sometimes it's more expensive, but if you're desperate, you go for it, man. So I always used to look at the art shop for things. That was how I used to find get my, what do you call that, my fix. There's also a very nice one called Art Source in Salt River. They're a tiny little shop, but they've got such nice things, and they supply art supplies to the students, so their prices are very reasonable. And sometimes if they don't have something for you in stock, they'll get it for you. So I'm going to distress the edges, because I remember when I first saw shimmer paint, I saw it online and I could not find shimmer paint anywhere in Cape Town. I went to the art shop, I got a tub of shimmer paint, white, and I mixed it with my normal paints to make my own shimmer paint. So you can, if you're desperate enough, you can find a way. Okay, we got one thing here. So that's looking a little bit bare, so I need to complement it with something. Let's see. Now you see, now if I wasn't doing a live, I would have actually gone and die cut it oval or, oh gosh, I put my paper in the wet, die cut an oval or something, but we don't have all that time. So let's see, do I have a stencil here? Aha, maybe we can use the stencil. And brown is on my desk, so I'm just going to use the brown. So let's see, this is the right side. So I was being optimistic when I said I'm thinking of making 4 cards, eh? Because probably done half an hour already and I didn't even do one yet. Okay, and some dots maybe. I love stencils that have variety, because then you can have variety. Like a lot of the stamp, and those other things are dry, by the way. A lot of the Stamperia stencils also have variety. So there we go, we got some more texture in the background. We can do that, we can do that, and I need a sentiment. So this comes from the same set. It says, may your birthday be a world full of happiness. Ah, these are nice stamp backgrounds. So if you don't do rubber stamping, you're missing out on life. I am a rubber stamper at heart. I love to stamp. I really love stamping. So I'm just going to use the brown again, and I'm going to do a test print because it's a new stamp, just to see. Not coming up. Oh, there we go. So yeah, if you're not into stamping, you should think about stamps, because it is a very simple and easy way of adding. You can literally make your own pattern paper with stamps, with rubber stamps. And one of the reasons why I got into rubber stamping was because I can't draw, and I always wanted to be able to draw, but because I can't, this one, oh, I like that one, look how nice. So because I can't draw, for me this was like the next best thing, you know. Someone else has done all the work for you, and all you need to do is just add it to your project. So I'm looking for my foam pad, because what I want to do Where did I put it? Let me find it quickly. Oh, yes. Because what you can do is, if you've got, oh my gosh, see, my mic fell. I'm clearly not used to having something attached to my body. Sorry about that. I dropped the mic. So, let me just see if I'm in shot again. So what I'm going to do is I just sprayed that with some water, and you can add little bit of texture to your flowers, but you don't want to soak this. You just want to add a little bit of dimension, and there we go. So now I'm going to dab off the excess water because I was very generous, and I'm going to add some foam tape to that. Scissor. See, this is now the craft hole of disappearing scissors. I'd lost my scissors. It was here like 2 seconds ago. So I'm just putting some foam tape behind the flowers. And you know, back in the day we also used to use, I don't know if you remember this, then you're a really old card maker. Clear, what's that stuff that they use in the bathrooms? Clear, oh my word, I can't remember now what it's called. Anyway, silicone, there we go, it's called silicone. So we used to use silicone back in the day as well to pop under our flowers. And what was nice about the silicone was that you could make it in different levels, and so you could make one flower higher than the other one. It was quite nice. I still feel like I'm missing something. I really wish I had the time now to die cut something, but okay, we don't. So cut my nails, so it's a little bit difficult to take off the backing. Okay, done. And then to finish, we obviously need some glitter, so glossy accents. I hope it's gonna come out now. My one is so old and it's really had its days. It's almost empty. So I don't use stickles anymore. I've had quite a few people ask me about stickles. I hardly use stickles because I find that am I going out of shot again?
Yes, okay.
Now can't I move the camera forward or something, because it's
Yes,
not.
you can do that.
Oh, is that better? Okay, you can tell me now. Go see.
Yeah.
Much.
No, that's perfect.
Okay, sorry, I could have moved the camera. I'm such a dummy. I think I need to go on a course to teach me how to do this. Because I'm a monkey see, monkey do person. Oh, my glossy accents is not coming out like I wanted to, but okay. This is very frustrating when this happens, and then all of a sudden it will come out really fast, and then you put on too much. Who's experienced that before? is not working. Come on, man. Just show the people we are live. Work. Ah, see what I said? Typical. So now half the bottle came out. That's what normally happens. Now it overflows. But that's okay. I don't mind the dimension. Right, and then we can pour our glitter on. Let me see. Grab my trolley with my glitter. And this is the iCraft Crystal Shimmer, because it's here. And I normally just pour the whole jar out. Well, practically the whole jar. Ta-da! So, for those of you who love your stickles, this is how I do mine. Simply because I find that I use up the stickles so fast. And with glossy accents and glitter, I can create dimension, especially when it comes out too much. So let's do a quick sentiment. Let's see, I think, can we do that one? Let me see, I'm looking for a small one. Ah, they're thinking of you. Ah, there's a thank you. I always need thank you cards, so let's do a thank you. What happened to my... Here we go. So always when you're using a new stamp, it's always best to stamp it onto something else first to condition it. So I haven't used these before. Oh, that's a nice thank you. Look at that. So I'm just gonna, let me just grab a piece of strip of white. I need to learn my lesson not to cut my nails like right before I do a live, because then it just doesn't work. So thank you. And because I don't have time for to die cut, we shall just punch that out. So one of the reasons why I love my punch. So just a tip, sometimes you'll think if your sentiment just looks a little bit bare, there's something missing and you want to add something. I'm looking for my script stamp. This is one of my old Hero Art script stamps, but iCraft has also just come out with a script stamp. One of my favorite colors to use for that is antique linen, because it's very light, but it still gives off, and I want to show you. Can you see there? Mine is getting dry now, but it still gives off a little bit of, and it's the normal distress ink. So I will overstamp that. And if you look at it, you'll see it's just there in the background. It's not detracting from the sentiment, it is just in the background. So that's kind of like how you can layer things. And I'm just going to distress the edges, because I distress all the edges of everything. And now we can decide where we're going to put it. Maybe there. Actually, I'm not a fan of the circle, so I want to cut it straight. Let me just cut this off. One minute. I'm just off screen for 1 second. Okay, I think I like that better. So, oh, we can put, aha, we can put it here or there. And I'm just adding my glue. I'm putting it down and we have one card done. You can let me know if you like it.